What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Yo, today it's a fucking honor to react to this man. This is the one and only OG Elliot Hulse. And we're gonna be talking about if you have like dreams and shit and you have goals, but for some reason you just have a hard time getting through it. We're gonna react and see what he talks about. Honestly, everything that this dude says, you get a lot of gems from him. I've learned a lot from him for the past 10 plus years or so. And he's, part of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right now because there's sometimes when you just feel like you don't want to do shit, but then you got to push yourself to do certain things. And some of the dudes that I have in my head kind of pause. I don't want to pause though. Y'all be on this. Y'all gotta stop this pause shit. Like I don't really be, I really be saying shit, and I'm not even thinking gay. But yo ass should just constantly be saying. Anyway, I digress. Um, but like if you have like an internal like thought or voice or whatever the case may be, my voice when I'm starting to get like a little bit lazy and procrastinate a little bit, it's a little bit it sounds the inner voice sounds sort of like him, like, yo, get the fuck up, Caleb. You got shit to do, Caleb. You're being a bitch right now, Caleb. Like little shit like that. Like you know how men are. But we're gonna dissect this. I'm gonna pause it from time to time because I kind of just want him to get it. Whatever he has on his mind, out to towards us. My fault. I'm a little tired. I'm gonna try not to pause it as much unless I see something that could be, some context that could be, added on. Here we go.
So today we got a question from a bro who's ambitious, but he procrastinates too much and wants to know what to do. Great
We've all been there, motherfucker.
question, bro. But if you want to speak one-on-one with old Uncle Yo, you want to dive into your situation and come up with real solutions, book a session. Click the link down below, and you and I will talk mano y mano. So, question, he says, yo, Elliot, how to be a better man when you're turning 30? He says, I want to stop procrastinating and let the ambitious side let loose for a moment. I'm not scared of hard work. Good. And I get my work done diligently. Good. But when it comes to my personal stuff, like finally starting my YouTube channel or start exercising or anything similar, I procrastinate.
This is a fucking bar. Shit. Shout out to whoever asked him this because that's genuinely how I feel. This is part of why I'm doing this right now, this YouTube channel. I mean, I work out pretty regularly, so I'm not new to that. But just, yeah, getting into doing YouTube and whatnot, I have the same. Yo, I'm reacting to this. Low key, I'm getting game too.
I'm ambitious, but I'm a huge procrastinator. How do I change it? Great question, man. And your procrastination is actually a symptom of something deeper. It's not that you procrastinate, it's that the things that you think that you want to do or the goals that you set for yourself, you have too much feelings about.
This Italian method stopped my snoring instantly.
Damn, how would nigga get like an ad already? Shit.
You have too much. There's too much potential around it. You're infatuated with it, and that's where the problem comes in. See, when we have, say, for example, you want to start a YouTube channel, that seems like a big thing, and you build it up, and then you start having daydreams about it, and like the castle, it just grows like castle in the sky. You build this big castle around it, and now there's all kinds of feelings associated with, all kinds of associations with what your life is going to look like when you get there, right? And so with all the emotional investment that you make in that imagination that you have that's about the thing that you want to go do, it creates resistance on the inside. Because now what happens if it doesn't work? Right? You've made it too so big that if it doesn't work out, you're going to be disappointed. And nobody wants to set themselves up for disappointment, do they? Right? Rather than just being neutral about it. Well, I'm gonna make a YouTube video. Millions of people make YouTube videos all the time, and most people, their videos never get watched. Big deal. Make your video. It doesn't have to be great, but you're trying to make it great because you think you're going to hit a home run on the first video, and then your whole life is going to change. And you see these videos of people who have their whole lives have changed because they had one viral video, and you're thinking that might happen to you. But if it doesn't happen to you, then you're going to beat yourself up. Too many divergent emotions associated with too much infatuation, and then too much sorrow associated with what will happen. Fear, right? Now there's fear associated with it. And so you're stuck in paralysis by analysis. I don't know what to do. Or you get to be one of these guys that over plan, right? With your workouts now, right? Like there are 1,000 different people saying 1,000 different things about the different ways I should work out. What if I chose the wrong one? Ooh. What if I spend the next 6 weeks doing a workout plan that turns out that I didn't get the result that I want, right? And a lot of people will end up happening, and this has a lot to do with the fact that we consume too much content of other people telling us what's happening in their lives. You might say, oh man, that guy got six-pack abs in 90 days. And then you start putting pressure on yourself to get six-pack abs in 90 days.
I want to just say something real quick while we're watching him. Pay attention to the way that like his mannerisms, the way that he articulates his thoughts. He's very expressive. He moves around. If that's something that you want to work on, definitely pay attention to like his YouTube channel, because the things that he's saying, as insightful, as profound, and as deep and important they are for you to see, the way that he carries himself, the way that he moves around and moves his hands, he's a very much a storyteller, and he's very, it's not necessarily the first word that comes to my mind is definitely masculinity. This seems like a dude that you don't want to fuck with, but the way that he carries himself when he's talking, when he's expressing himself, he's outwardly about it. And that's something you want to take into consideration when you're connecting with other people. I just wanted to say that real quick. Let's continue.
What if I don't? I'm going to be a failure. It's the elation and then the subsequent depression that's associated with it. And you swing. And you swing. And the easiest thing to do to get off a swing that's starting to make you sick and oozy is to stop. Right? The easiest thing to stop yourself from getting sick on the swing is to...
Like, he uses all of his space. He had over here, before and after, negative, positive. He had a swing. Like, he's illustrating his thoughts through his movement, through his hand movements. He has moments where he breathes and then pauses. These are things that you want to take into consideration when you want to converse, especially when it comes to like talking to girls. If you're a little bit more expressive, not like overly outwardly or anything like that, but you want to give a little bit more color to some of the words that you use in sentences. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that real quick. Don't fucking beat me up.
To get off. Just get off. Right? So you get off the swing because it's batting you around, back and forth, and it's so fucking uncomfortable. I don't blame you.
A good question is, how do I get started trading? A better question is, how do I profit today?
We gotta be plain about things. And trust me, coming from a guy who's like, if you can't tell, I'm a very passionate guy. I have a lot of passion, I got a lot of energy, I got a lot of emotions. I'm an emotional guy.
We know, Elliot.
I'm telling you this because I'm a strong, stoic dude who's got it all figured out. And I'm telling you what you need to do. I'm telling you this because I've been through this shit. I have to check myself all the time. Stay neutral. You come up with a great idea. Boom, it's a great idea. Don't run and go and try to do it, because if you're anything like me, I'm the opposite of a procrastinator. I go and try to do it, and then I frustrate myself by acting too fast. That's part of my problem. But we both have the same issue where like we get excited about something. Difference is you get excited about shit and you ruminate on it. Me, I get excited about shit and I go and I do it without
That's a bar.
planning. Right? I have the opposite problem in that regard. But I still get excited about shit. So what I do now is I have no feelings about it. If feelings come about something, it means that I'm starting to daydream. I'm starting to imagine shit. I'm building castles in the sky. And so I stop myself and I become neutral again. This is the place to operate from. This is the place to make all your decisions from. If you're having a hard time making a decision about anything that you want to do, go to the place that feels most neutral. Do the thing that feels most blah, right? The thing that's most logical. If there's too much inflation and elation about it, you're going to get in your own way. You're going to get in your own way by either screwing it up by going too fast, or you're going to get in your own way by building it up, and then the weight of that there bears on you. Don't feel anything about it. Don't overthink about it. Acknowledge it. Be grateful for it. That's a pretty good idea. All right. And then let it be. Let it go. I know this sounds crazy, but let it go and allow it to marinate. Allow it to cook. Allow it to cook on the inside. Just hold it in your heart. And while you're holding it in your heart, keep the feelings down. Just hold it there neutral. I'm gonna make you. I think I'm being called to make YouTube videos. I think I can make YouTube videos. It's so funny because I remember when I first started making YouTube videos. I started making YouTube videos in 2007 when YouTube first came out. And I had no idea what I was doing. And it was the greatest thing ever. For years, I made YouTube videos. If you go to my strength channel and you look from like 2007 to like 2012, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I just thought YouTube was like a holding place for videos that I would use to like send to my clients about the workouts that we're doing. People were commenting and watching, and I had no clue. So I was very neutral about it. And then from 13, 14, until about 2015, 16, that's when I started becoming self-conscious. Because I started reading comments, and I noticed people liked me, and I noticed people didn't like me. So I get excited, ooh, I'm awesome, and I get deflated, oh, they hate me. So for like the first 7 years of me making YouTube videos, I had no feelings about it. No feelings about it. I was ignorant of the fact that being a YouTuber was actually a thing. I didn't know people were getting famous. I didn't know people were getting rich. I knew nothing about it. I was neutral, and that's why ignorance is so helpful. You guys, you've been watching YouTube videos since you was a kid, and so now you have all these stories about people becoming YouTube famous, and you want to have that too, so it's all built up, and so you don't do anything. Be dumb. Be dumb. I was dumb, and when I was dumb, I got the best things done. Because I didn't have an ego involved in it. I had no self-consciousness. No self-consciousness. The more self-conscious you are about it, the more feelings you have about it, the more you're going to screw yourself up, dude. Stay neutral and take action. And the minute there's too much feeling, calm it down. Keep it cool.
I want to end it right there. There's one thing that I want to add on to him. There's a terminology that I heard is, I forgot who said it. I don't know if it was Will Smith. I think it was Will Smith, who talked about when it comes to making a building, you don't think about the wall that you're building. You think about just the one brick. I think another actor talked about how he gets through doing like 50 laps in a swimming pool. He doesn't think about 50 laps. He thinks about the one lap that's right in front of him. And I think, at least for me personally, that helps to not overwhelm me. So if you want to use that, if you're trying to make content and use, YouTube as a platform to, project yourself, whatever you want to do in your life, if you have goals, then you want to bring it down to its barest form. I definitely agree with him when it comes to the overwhelming feeling. You want to be self-aware. I think that's what he's getting at. Like, know when it's happening. Okay, I'm starting to get overwhelmed, and knowing when it happens, having a response, like a mental prepared response for when that happens. So for me, it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was waiting to do this video since like maybe 10, 11 or so. But I got caught up in doing other things because I was procrastinating, and I felt like this was going to be a lot. So what I did around like 1:40, something like that, like maybe 25, 30 minutes ago, is I just decided, you know what? I'm going to go from that couch and I'm going to sit in this chair. And that's all I'm going to do. And then I went from sitting in this chair to, let me go on this laptop. Yeah, there's the camera right here, the laptop's over here. So let me just go on this laptop. So I started like bringing the goals down to its most conquerable form. I don't know if conquerable is a word, but basically, if making the YouTube video and thinking about the editing and posting and all of the description and all of that, if that overwhelms you, then don't even think about that. Just think about getting in the chair, think about looking up the YouTube video that you want to react to, or you want to think about the notes that you're taking, the script that you have for yourself if you're a script person, and then just take it one step at a time. Just focus on the one step. Don't think about step 18, 20. Don't think about step 100. Don't think about monetization. Don't think about the 1,000,000 followers that you're going to get, because we manifest over here. So you're going to get them. Don't think about that right now. Just think about the right here and right now. Anyway, that's the video for today. I hope y'all enjoyed that. If you have any opinion on this, if you have any methods that you use in order to, get better on your YouTube journey or your journey in life in general, then please be sure to, share your opinion in the comment section below, because there may be some shit that I'm not privy to that you are, that may help the other people that may watch this or run into this. Like I said, in the next couple of years, when we look back at this video, it's probably going to be corny and, not really that professional. But the reason why I try to keep these videos is for the time where we look in hindsight at the growth that it takes to do what we're doing right now. And that goes hand in hand with working out. Like the first couple of weeks, you're not going to be good at it, but then all of a sudden you're getting good at it. But you don't want to think about the abs right now. Just think about picking up the weight. Next week, think about picking up the weight a little bit more. The next week after that, think about picking up a weight a little bit heavier, and so on and so forth. Done.